What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Toward the later part of the show, we'll talk about the Chiefs celebration parade and, still have fun and looking back at the Super Bowl. But in a way, we're going to kind of start the show off with a little Super Bowl conversation because JuJu Smith-Schuster started a bit of a Twitter firestorm on Valentine's Day as he poked fun at James Bradberry on Twitter. And I'll be honest, all hell broke loose, and I don't know if JuJu was prepared for what was going to happen after he did this. Tweeted out, "Happy Valentine's, everybody," and it's a little Valentine's scar with James Bradberry on it, and the caption says, "I'll hold you when it matters most." Certainly creative by JuJu. There's no doubt about it, but hey, when you put it out there, you got to be ready for the response. And A.J. Brown obviously decided to weigh in and said, "First off, congratulations, y'all deserve it. This is lame. You was on the way out the league before Mahomes resurrected your career on your one-year deal, TikTok boy. He admitted that he grabbed you, but don't act like you like that or ever was, but congratulations again." So I don't know if his career was completely resurrected, but I do get the point. Like, going to play with Mahomes after a down year or two certainly could help. JuJu responds to that and says, "Glad you were finally able to get that off your chest after all these years. Good game, bro." So that was JuJu's response to A.J. Brown. Then Tyreek Hill weighed in on that tweet and said, "Man played victim, LOL, I'm logging off here today." I think Tyreek Hill's like, they traded me. JuJu's the guy they kind of replaced me with. He got a ring. I didn't. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Mahomes weighed in and said, "That man must be bored." I don't think he was really throwing jabs, but, QB1, probably had a couple of Coors Lights and decided to fire off a tweet. Then Chauncey Gardner-Johnson weighed in as well. He said, "JuJu ran for me when I check him in game." Those emojis got kind of messed up there. Then 10 got his smoke with another emoji that for some reason our software didn't pass through. JuJu responded to that one, said, "Big Cap also told you in the game to stop all that talking because we were going to come back and win that game. Now help me decide which finger I need to get sized for this ring," laughing emoji. So, couple of thoughts on all this. Number one, I don't love the initial tweet, and here's why. Because James Bradberry actually took the classy route and said, "Yeah, I grabbed him. It was a penalty." But it's very entertaining, and I think it's good for professional sports when these things kind of happen. It's certainly fun to kind of see these things unfold, see which athletes are going to chime in. And hey, listen, Chiefs got the last laugh. That's the thing. The Chiefs didn't talk much during the season, but when it was all said and done, they certainly didn't back down from doing just that, whether you like it or not. I could have done without it, but am I entertained by it? There is no doubt about it. Now, when it comes to JuJu Smith-Schuster, that's obviously a big decision for Brett Veach this offseason as he was on a one-year deal. Should the Chiefs re-sign JuJu? Type S for sign or type P for pass. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break, so when you do, scroll on down to the pinned comment and reply S for sign or P for pass when it comes to JuJu. Let's get more into the rumor portion of this show as Eric Bieniemy rumors continue to circulate. He is set to interview for the Commanders' OC job now that today's parade is over. Ian Rapoport saying he's flying there tonight. Here's what Rapoport had to say on Bieniemy, saying Eric Bieniemy is considered a strong candidate there, that being Washington. The plan is to leave the parade tonight, go have some dinner with some brass, including Ron Rivera in Washington, and then meet tomorrow for his formal interview. They also interviewed Greg Roman yesterday, former Ravens OC. That is the only interview the Commanders have scheduled for now, so presumably they will then make a decision. Rapoport continued saying, as far as Eric Bieniemy, I know people are asking why would he take a lateral job. Well, he has no contract for the next year, which allows him some mobility. Also, he is not the premier play caller, not the only play caller for the Chiefs. Andy Reid obviously has a lead role in play calling. He would run the show in Washington. I will first say this, if Greg Roman gets this Washington job, then what? Baltimore already filled their position with Todd Monken. We'll see what Arizona does, but do you bring Eric Bieniemy back again? I didn't love it when they did that last year. I thought, a breakup could be best for both sides, but hell, maybe you bring him back at that point. Who knows? I mean, it's wild how this has played out for EB over the last couple of years. I do want to ask you this question, though. Eric Bieniemy, should he be a head coach by now? Should Eric Bieniemy be a head coach by now? Type Y for yes, type in for no. clearly something is off. I'm not sure what it is. He's interviewed for half of the NFL teams at this point, but Andy Reid continues to give his seal of approval. You would think that would be enough, especially with all the success the Chiefs have had. Why for yes and for no? It's a little bizarre that he hasn't already, especially considering he helped lead the most efficient offense in football last year. Most in points, most in yards, most in passing yards, second in both third down and red zone touchdown conversion rate. And this was after trading Tyreek Hill. I mean, there was a lot of thought of, they're going to take a step back offensively. I mean, there were real people out there that was like, is Patrick Mahomes, obviously we know he's good, but how much is losing Tyreek going to hurt? Well, they didn't miss a beat, and I do think Bieniemy should get some credit for that. My overall take is, fair or not, Eric Bieniemy probably is best off taking another OC gig if he gets offered. I think he will, but if not, we'll cross that bridge. But if Washington offers, probably best to take it. Run the show, as Andy Reid said. And then if Washington has like a top 10 offense next year, especially if it's rookie quarterback Sam Howell, then at that point it's like, oh man, come on. Like, he's got to get a head coaching job at that point, right? Like, we can't just – I don't really get this whole he sucks at interviewing too. Like, how many interviews has he had? Like, how do you not improve? I mean, he's done 20 of them. Like, at some point, there's just something going on. I don't know what the problem is, but I think he should probably get away from Andy Reid's kind of overarching shadow over him, if you will. Go run an offense solo and see how it goes. And if it goes well, then, well, probably going to help his chances of being a head coach. Subscribe to the channel. If Eric Bieniemy gets the Washington job, we will break it down here on the Chiefs Report. Other videos throughout the offseason as well. The latest news, rumors, free agency and draft. Those rumors will ramp up as well, with free agency just about a month away. So go ahead and subscribe. Don't miss any of our coverage here on the Chiefs Report. Speaking of the draft, Todd McShay unveiled his latest NFL mock draft 2.0, and with the Chiefs having the 31st pick, final pick this year, because there's only 31 first-round picks, he has Kansas City selecting Jalen Duncan, the offensive tackle out of Maryland. Question marks at both OT spots. I think Orlando Brown will be back in some capacity, and if he is, he will be the starting left tackle. Duncan did primarily play left tackle at the University of Maryland, 39 career starts, most of those at left tackle. So is he viewed as a prospect that can flip over to right? I would have to think he is for McShay to select him here, because with Andrew Wiley at right tackle being a free agent, he may be someone that, a team may throw $5, $6, $7 million. Andrew Wiley has about 50 starts in his career now under his belt, moving around different spots too, guard and tackle. Teams are going to value him on the open market, and he might just be one of those, kind of BC level players where the Chiefs are like, hey, you were great, thank you, but we can't overpay for you at right tackle. So I think there's a good chance he's gone. So yeah, you draft a guy like Jalen Duncan, and he competes with Lucas Niang and Darian Kennard, and make the best man win at right tackle. So we'll see what happens there. I do think right tackle in particular is a spot to watch this offseason. I think Orlando Brown's back at left tackle, but if not, that obviously would create a hole on your offensive line as well. Now, who will be the Chiefs starting right tackle next year? Predict it down in the comments. I'm going to predict Lucas Niang, because I do think Andrew Wiley cashes in somewhere else, so he'll probably leave. Niang, I think, would be next man up. Darian Kennard was inactive basically all season, so I don't think the Chiefs are high on him at this point. So I do think it'll be Niang or a free agent or a draft pick. So predict it for us down in the comments below. All right, let's talk the celebration parade a little bit, as the parade took place this afternoon in Kansas City, and obviously that's, always fun. You always see funny clips, photos, stuff like that. We'll just kind of cycle through these. I won't tee them up or anything, Rolly. You can kind of just go through here, but looked like quite the scene once again in Kansas City. There were a couple of clips. I mean, Mahomes was about to fall over at one point, chugging a Coors Light, and Matt Nagy had to catch him. I mean, some of Nagy's finest work as a coach, if you ask me, but it was quite the scene. It looked fantastic. Chiefs Kingdom showed up, and Patrick Mahomes said this is just the beginning. So keep after it, Chiefs Kingdom, as this team doesn't appear to be going anywhere. Another thing I did want to mention is different offensive lineman shirts, 0 sacks. That other one that we just went past said 0 sacks. Put it on an effing T-shirt. That's pretty funny, as all the talk going into the Super Bowl was whether or not the Chiefs O-line could hold up. They did that and more, as they did not allow a sack. All right, hey, doesn't get old, does it? Who wants to run it back? Type me if you want to run it back next year. Go back-to-back, win 3 out of 5 Super Bowls. I think you do that, win 3 out of 5. That's the true, I would say that would qualify as a dynasty. Now, it's not going to be a Patriots dynasty. They won 6 Super Bowls in 18 years or whatever it is. But 3-5, that's dynastic, I would say. Type me if you're hoping to run it back next year. All right, that's going to do it for today's Chiefs Report. If you love the Chiefs and you're fired up for the offseason, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys tomorrow with another video here on the channel.